Attention, please. Yellow balls in place.
Good chance here then at start of frame 2.
First frame, hook to break.
Well, a chance just disappeared there for Matt Cook. And now Connor Tracy. A very good chance here to make it 2-0. Cook will be disappointed. He's played his little plant now up into the top corner. And this is just what Tracy would have wanted at the start of his pro career. To get the first frame on the board and now be presented with this chance as well. The stuff dreams are made of. Just the formality now of running his last red in. Now the 8 ball down into the bottom corner for a nice 2-0 cushion. Down it goes. Connor Tracy now leading Matt Cook by 2 frames to 0.
Race to 7, of course, so he's on the verge of elimination here of the first pro event of the year.
One player I'm looking forward to seeing later on, I think he's actually on one of the other tables later today, Sean Sharkey. I think he's up against Scott Gillespie in his debut.
Yeah.
And the young Irish captain. And cracking, I watched him practicing earlier, he looked to be flying.
This is disappointing for Matt Cook. Cue ball, it's not really that close, is it? That's in the window you'd say that you'd be happy with. It wasn't dangerously close. It's very unfortunate to be kicked in off like that, and look what he's left for Connor here. These have popped open really nicely for him.
Yeah, you just feel that the pendulum has now swung well into Connor Tracy's favour now. Things are starting to go wrong that aren't just Matt's fault. It's just destiny as well.
And you feel that's on, you know, Matt's got 2 balls in the 8 ball left 2 frames ago to go 2-2, and, you know, it's almost unforgivable not to get out from that situation. So
yeah, that's one that will live in the memory for a bit, that finish.
The yellow that he's next to doesn't pass the other yellow to the bottom corner, so that's why he's come down. He's going to have to deal with the one by the pocket first and work his way back up. That's what makes this finish not an absolute certainty. I mean, it's a layout that every professional would love to get, but you do still have to work it.
And he's left a little angle there. He could just pop this one into the middle and bring the cue ball across for the yellow down the rail. Well, near the rail. It's not actually on it, but just want to leave himself a slight angle on this next ball. Played that very well. Now these are tricky if you hit them at the wrong pace. He's going to have to play his ball down the rail with a bit of left-hand side, so the cue ball comes off the rail over for the other yellow. In fact, he's refused the shot completely and going around the angles with this one instead. I don't blame him. The other way was a little bit trickier. He's played that well. Pulls this back up, the cue ball back off the rail here, and just has a black into the bottom right. And it's full steam ahead now, Connor Tracy. Down goes the black, and Connor Tracy marches into a 5-1 lead against Matt Cook. This is frame number 10.
Yeah, and it's 15 minutes, so, you know, 3 frames, it's fine. It's just the fact that Connor only needs 1 at this stage. Oh, he's crunched them. Yeah, deserve 1, gets 1. Gets a couple, and he gets a good chance.
That's by far his best break of the match.
Yeah. You could almost feel and hear the difference in quality of the strike.
Just the explosion of the balls when he's hit them as well. It just all came out perfectly.
Does have an issue with the 8 ball. If he goes reds, if he goes yellows, how easy is it to solve the ones around the 8 ball? I actually think yellows are good here. If that yellow goes bottom right past the red, then you drop that in, you've got right centre, left centre 8. So I think it all depends on, and it does look like it goes, but he decided to go reds.
I was going to say, Matt doesn't agree with you.
No. Do you agree with me?
I prefer yellows just because getting rid of those 3 yellows around there, the black's easy. He's got, I mean, yeah, he can punch this out, or, well, he's just done just that. No, I reckon I'd have had reds.
Go reds now.
I'll change my mind, yeah.
I go reds now. Although the 8 ball's not quite, I mean, another few rolls on the 8 ball would have been lovely. I mean, it's come out enough, but, I mean, he still should clear up here.
Well, you'd like to think if the black ball's going to come down this bottom right-hand corner, his last ball should probably be the one at the top.
Yeah.
But then he's still got to get on these 2 balls here. This, you know, and Matt's positions in this match. This is what's cost him. He's underhit things.
Yeah, this time he's perfect.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful shot.
So he can just roll this in now, and he'll leave a little angle just to bring the cue ball up for that one at the top. So are we going to see a bit of a comeback on first match on day 1?
Nice angle here, track down the line towards the 8 ball.
Yeah, this is pretty solid now from Matt Cook. He suddenly arrived at the party.
Yeah, back to back, very good clearances from Matt Cook. And he is back in this one, and the next break from Connor Tracy all of a sudden becomes a very big one. Now he knows that Matt's taken out a couple off the break. Oh, crunched. That's his best break of the match for me.
Fantastic break. We'll have another look at it.
Right up the middle of the table with a cue ball, and they split far and wide. You'd love that yellow to not have kind of finished there, wouldn't he?
Well, he's taking on this long yellow into the bottom corner. Or is he cutting in the middle? He's gone for the cut. The way he cued it, I thought he was going down into the corner with it. He's also dispatched the red into the corner, but that's irrelevant. He didn't want it. Certainly didn't want that red to stay over the pocket, that's for sure. Attacking a tough one early. Oh, that's
Brilliant.
a great cut. Ooh, that was a good shot.
You would have loved an extra few rolls on the cue ball there, but what a pot that was.
Well, if you can cut that one, he can cut this in as well.
Yeah, true.
I hate those shots he just played there. He's played it without even looking at it. It was a brilliant shot. It's needing the rest. Makes it doubly hard. Oh, he's played it well again. Oh, he's been a bit... I was about to say, he's been a bit unlucky to land behind the yellow, but you can see the yellow now that's over the left-hand corner. If he could pot this, just screw back past the black ball, leave this yellow that's in the middle of the table into the centre, match is over. He's gone the other way. But he's played that equally as well. But I'd have just liked to have been just out past the black ball there. This is slightly trickier, but again, he looks to be cueing superbly, so.
Yeah, we had some mistakes early in the match, some edginess, but you feel like at the end of the match, both players are now playing some really nice stuff. You know, Connor having the pressure really ramped onto him here by Matt Cook, and he's going to come up with the goods here, you feel, in this frame.
Well, the finishing line is right in front of him. Been a good performance in the second half of this match from Connor Tracy, Simon.
Yeah, it really has. Both players elevated, but some of the damage was done early on from Matt Cook. 3-1 down instead of 2-2 at the bare minimum, but all credit to Connor Tracy. He came up with some good stuff towards the end. Matt pushed him, but it is the former #1 challenger player, Connor Tracy, that gets the opening win here on the opening day of the 2024 Pro Series.
Tom's won everything there is to win, and Jez is a very, very accomplished player.
Oh, pretty good break that from Jez, and I think, yeah, I feel you there, Jez. That was that's a bit of a tough one to go dry. Looked like he caught these really sweet. Controlled the cue ball well, a couple of rattlers, but no friends. And the one thing you do need if you are going to beat Tom Cousins is you do have to find your break, because you're not going to get many chances off 2Cs.
You certainly do. Straight away, Tom's going to try and develop that red, which he has. Ooh, just double kiss the red in.
Yeah, that'll do. Delicate little shot there, but
yeah,
just about got there.
Yeah, and it'd be wise to pot the red over the left-hand centre pocket and screw back for the one in the top right-hand corner. Nice shot there. And the reason I say that is it gives him a great opportunity now just to drop this ball in the corner. He's on the other red in the top, it'll go off the yellow, I believe. Then you drop the red in the middle, which gives you perfect position on the red next to the 8-ball. Red in the corner and 8-ball in the opposite centre. May go twice across here. Yeah, decided to play for the other pocket, and that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it did look a little, I mean, you referenced it there with if it goes off the yellow. It did look tight to the top left, so nice that he had plenty of angle to play the short position.
And he will have realised that probably 2 shots previous to that,
Yeah.
it may be a little bit tight, so he obviously left that angle on the red to come across. He's just got Just got to drop this in dead weight. Just slide past the yellow. Doesn't want to go too far. That's perfect. Well, he's starting off where he left off.
Yeah, we've seen this plenty of times before, haven't we?
Yeah, I just noticed there when the cue ball hit that bottom cushion, it just died then. That could be because the cloth's very new.
Yeah, it is pretty much brand new, I think, for this event. I like even in commentary mode, you're instantly on your own personal analysis, trying to figure some stuff out for later.
Yeah, because you can see a lot of shots from the commentary box and you know how the ball's reacting with screw back, with side spin, top spin.
He's just looking forward to the new season. Obviously, he gets asked a fair amount about, you know, what does the number one mean to him and all the rest of it. Does he feel coming into this year that the number one sort of puts maybe a little bit of added pressure and all the rest of it as he gets kicked in off there? And I mean, you can sort of tell with the way that he strolls around the table. I just don't think he feels pressure at times. And he's coming into this year the same as he was last year, the same as he was the year before. Just try and win an event. And if you can just put yourself under that little pressure comparatively, it's a dream, isn't it?
It is, and you know, you saw there with his break. I did say he loses a cue ball sometimes on the break, and that's exactly what happened there. It's unfortunate to be kicked in off, but if you're not controlling that cue ball, then that can happen. They've not come out great here for Jez. I think he has to take yellows and just wants to pot this and leave a nice angle for the yellow in the middle.
Yeah, yellows aren't too bad, are they? The red at the bottom right is what's stopping anyone taking reds, I don't think.
Yeah, what a flick he's had there. He got a lucky flick off that red. Just wants to leave the cue ball basically about 6 inches above the middle yellow. That in turn, he can pot the yellow. He's short there. He wanted a little angle. Basically pot the yellow, nudge the other yellow towards the side cushion, and he's guaranteed to be on the yellow next to the 8 ball. He's landed a little short there. He may have to play the yellow in the centre, roll through and play the other yellow that's next to the red in the right middle. Well, I can't agree with that. I cannot agree with that shot.
Yeah, that's a strange choice.
Yeah, I don't think he noticed the shot, to be honest. I mean, he may still get out. I mean, this is a tough shot, and he wants to leave the cue ball right on the cushion here on his bad yellow. This is tough. Yeah, and he's missed it by a long, long way. Not the end of the world, but Tom will be looking to play that red onto the yellow, get the cue ball up the table, and leave Jez no shot.
Yeah, that route never really looked on. That looked like he was making a tough job even tougher.
Yeah, and all that came because of the positional shot where he left the wrong angle. But like I said, he could have rolled that yellow through, get the cue ball low and drop the yellow in the middle. It would have been perfect, but I just don't think he saw the shot. Yeah,
I mean, he was dead straight, so he could absolutely do that. TC looks like he's about to go here, but we'll find out.
No, I don't think he's going to go here. I'll be very, very surprised.
I think he's just setting up a safety here.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was playing the safety there, why not just roll the red that he's just cannoned over the pocket and leave him stuck behind the other red? Yeah, I think you've got to play this. Get the cue ball somewhere near the red where the 8 ball is, and drop him in and leave the cue ball bang on the side cushion. That way you're snookering him on the yellows. Well, 2 options. You either screw up the table or you drop him in behind the 8 ball. Which one's it going to be? There you go. Nicely played there by Tom.
Yeah, controlled that really beautifully.
Yeah, if this is me, I think it's one of them where you just.
I think that's what we're all wondering, Chris. Is what you do in this situation.
Well, for me, you've just got to whack this. You've got to whack this and hope, because there's nothing else you can do. There's no point playing it slow because you might not hit a cushion. Well, you certainly got to hit the yellow. He's potted the 8 ball.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Well, there's benefits to giving it a whack sometimes, and then there are negatives, and this, for Jez Graham, is a big old negative.
Well, he's obviously played that with a lot of left-hand side because the way it's come back off the cushion.
We're into the last 64 here. Tom Cousins against Jez Graham. Elsewhere in the last 64, as Tom continues to not break particularly well. Ryan Fleming is 4-2 up on Carl Boys, and Sean Sharkey is 4-2 up on Scott Gillespie. You are all caught up, and well, I think there's a good chance at this stage, with the score as it is, that I'll be able to speak to Tom Cousins at the end of this match, and the first thing I'll be asking him is about the break, because I don't think I've ever seen him break as badly.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not coming out, are they, to be fair? Jez needs to get a bit of a rush on here because he's no good in taking his time here because there's not that long left on the clock and he needs 4 of the frames at least.
He is capable of sort of flicking the switch. He's one of those sort of players who, when he gets in a rhythm, he can fly through and win 2 or 3 very, very quickly. He needs to find that.
Yeah, without a doubt, and you've got to, for me, you've got to pot the one in the middle now. You've got the perfect angle if you pot the one in the middle, just cut the yellow in that's next to the red that's tied up, and then you're on your bad 2 yellows, and then play for this one, then up the table for the yellow. I mean, this isn't the right way for me. This can go wrong. Where if you play the yellow in the middle, then the yellow at the bottom end of the table, and come down for your other 2, I don't see how it can go wrong. There you go. I mean, it's just real poor shot selection. For somebody of Jez's calibre, who was a brilliant, brilliant player, I can't forgive things like that. Because to me, that would blatantly obvious that you play the one in the middle. Good shot there. Nice shot there from Jez. The problem being, he hasn't done anything. So even if Tom hits a yellow, he can't pot. If Tom hits a red, he can't pot a yellow.
Yeah, TC just has to not foul here, and the frame is really his to control.
Yeah, it's impossible to not hit a red.
Well, we thought that earlier, and Jez ended up missing the yellow and potting the 8-ball. Everything's possible.
Oh, wow.
Everything's possible.
Oh, wow. I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
Everything is possible.
Tom Cousins, that's happened because he's hit it hard and jumped the cue ball off the table into the top of the cushion.
I mean, that's extraordinary.
I don't think he needed to hit it that hard, though. What a chance this is. Can you believe that?
I mean, that's amazing.
Just look where the 8-ball's gone as well. He kind of tied the 8-ball up a little bit, but what an opportunity now for Jez. Needs to be a little bit careful. Oh, Jez, what have you done there? You've got to make sure you get the yellow away. Can he flick it over the pocket and leave him touching the yellow above it? I think that's all he's got. I don't think he's got any other option, to be honest. Nicely played there, Jez. Not too bad. But if you've left the top side of this red, you're going to be in deep trouble. I think he has. Yeah, and that's poor from Jez there. Tom's going to clear up from here, there's no doubt about it. Once again, poor shot selection has cost Jez another frame.
Yeah, and those are sort of they're quite difficult to process, aren't they?
15-second shot clock in operation.
It's just hard to forgive somebody of his calibre not playing the shot he should be playing.
Yeah, agreed.
Because he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. It's absolute natural to pot that ball in the middle, pop the other ball in the corner, and you're on your other 2 yellows. And then the other 2 are quite simple as well, and the 8-ball's over the pocket. But to go the way it went, I actually said after the first shot he played, this can go wrong, just because he played that first shot the way he did.
Yeah, and it was instant.
Got to be a little bit careful here, does Tom? He needs to come past where the cue ball is now, because he wants to be to the right hand side of this red that's below. Oh, what a poor shot that is.
Well, that's the shot clock catching him out. It's a transition to a 15-second shot clock there, and Tom Cousins was rushed and just potted it and dealt with the problem later. He's not got loads of time to deal with the problem now. He has got his extension though. Bit of a rush of blood to the head there from Tom. If he was rushed, just call your extension.
He's lucky if he can swerve this and pot it. I know that much. Oh, he's blessed there, you know. That is such a poor shot what he's played, and he's got away with murder there.
Yeah.
Even though he's played a decent shot there.
The one before was terrible.
Oh, it was awful. But like you said, the shot clock caught him out, and he does it to everybody, you know. Oh, fluke,
Yeah.
fluke. Oh.
He wasn't set on that shot either. He was rushed. Didn't like it at all. Well, Tom Cousins is 5-2 up here, and I'm not exaggerating by saying it might be the worst I've seen him play in a good long while.
Well, I'll be honest with you, and you know I don't mix my words. It's the worst I've ever seen him play. I mean, we both played bad when we played the event down in Brentwood. We both missed all sorts. But in the actual pro series, I don't think I've ever seen him play as bad as this.
And he's 5-2 up. Well, it will be 5-3 right now, but
It is 5-3, but it could easily be 5-3 the other way.
I mean, you could argue it should be. The Jazz has had more chances in the match.
He's certainly had more chances, and he's missed more chances, and that's the difference.
Oh.
You pot the yellow in the middle, run through, cannon the yellow that's above the 8 ball, and it's there.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but it's all been happening, hasn't it? It's been an extraordinary match. 5-4, 2.5 minutes left. Tom Cousins goes for his usual full power break. He actually catches them really nicely. For the first time in the match, he breaks dry, but look at the split he's left Jez Graham.
And I tell you what, you just knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen just the way the match has gone. And Jez wants to get a move on here.
Well, Jez could win the match. That's the key. Jez has time to level it and send us to a 6-red shootout, but he can go and win it if he gets a move on.
Well, it doesn't look like he's in any kind of rush, to be honest. He's played that well.
It's about a minute per clearance. That's pretty doable.
He's played that very well, you know, there. Because as soon as he gets rid of these 2 balls at the top, everything's in the open. But he definitely needs to get a move on, because he isn't the quickest player in the world, isn't Jez? He likes to, you know, work everything out and work his pattern out. Just come between the gap. Oh no.
He's tried to go into the 8 ball there, I think.
Oh, what has he tried to do there? You've just got to miss the 8 ball and you plumb. Wow, this is... he could slide off this yellow, this red and going off, you know, here. Well, he's played that good.
So 1 minute 12 and ticking. I think for Jez Graham here, he's just, for all eggs are in this frame. Take it to a 6-red and let the gods decide, seems to be what he's thinking.
Oh, where's he going? Where is he going? I tell you what, he's awkward on this, you know. He is as awkward could be. He's got to play the bottom red, I think. Or can he play the top one and push through?
I think he can just push through.
Wow, what?
Oh,
He's completely all over the show in this clearance.
He's still fighting.
Well, one good shot, and it could be 5 apiece. Is there going to be a twist?
Great shot. It's
Great
all going to
shot.
come down to this 8 ball for a 6-red shootout for Jez Graham and Tom Cousins.
All credit to him for that shot. That wasn't easy.
And we are going the distance. 14, 13, 12 seconds left on the match clock. Neither one of these players is breaking and running in that time. 24-1-2, I can tell you, is the official time.
I couldn't have got much closer.
You were just out on your prediction. Oh, the break stuck.
What did I say to you? Game over. I told you, didn't I? I said if the ref wrecks him bad, it can happen. It's game over. He's lost.
I think Tom's conceded. Well, what an extraordinary ending to, in truth, what is such an extraordinary match. It was constantly on the edge, constantly mad, and it's got a mad finish.
Tom Cousins not having much luck with his break in the last match.
Oh,
Phil Harrison not having much luck in the beginning of this one.
in fairness, that was just a bad a bad hit. You know, at least Tom was sort of hitting them a bit better. Phil hit them bad and straight on off, so I don't know if he's left anything easy, but this yellow and red in the bottom cushion needs a bit of attention.
Pretty difficult first round draw list for Callum. Phil starts the season ranked 5, provisionally up to 4 in the rankings based on just the year's points he had last year, so right in the top echelons of the game at the moment.
Yeah, well, in fairness, he has been for this past 20 years. He's just a rock solid player, Phil. He's just one of those players you really have to play at the top of your game to beat him. Anything less is not going to do against Phil. He's just so solid all round. I think Callum wanted to be straight in that, just to top it through, to take the yellow in the opposite pocket, but I don't know if he can play it with running side now to sort of pinch a wee bit, get the angle, or he might have to run into it. And he's played on it. This is horrible now, because he's hitting the red and the white might go in off, and it's, don't know if he can pot the yellow and avoid the red.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to control the cue ball. If he gets too much of the red, it's going to be squirting, as you say, towards that corner pocket. Not necessarily going to go in, but if he gets too full of contact, he's not going to know where it's going to end up.
Yeah, the other problem is he might just flick it, and if it comes out 2 or 3 inches, then it's covering the yellow beside the 8 ball, so he has to be very careful here. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. It was the shot before, not to get straight on his ball to the corner, that done him there, really.
Often the way, these things just accumulate over time. Forced to play that shot because that was the only real way of getting on that ball, but not the result he wanted. And obviously with the benefit of ball in hand, Phil can play this combination shot from a position where you can feel very assured of getting it.
Is it a combination, or is there room for the red and past it? It looks like the yellow's sitting out on the knuckle a bit for a combination.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be alright. He's definitely playing the combination. Oh, it just wasn't as easy that as it looked.
No, you could see there was an air of hesitation before he played that, but I think he figured that he had to go for it. I mean, he, in different circumstances could have deliberately played a turnover shot, but he was in such a good position and it wasn't easy to leave it safe. And this is the worst outcome.
Yeah, Callum will be over the moon. He's thinking he's 1-0 down, and instead he's roll-ins for 1-0 up.
And having hyped Phil up, his first 2 shots at the table, the first one went in off, the second one, but with ball in hand, did not yield a good result.
Callum, get into that one. Just needs to be careful here. That red in the middle of the table's playing big. Oh, he was able just to drop it in. Well done.
Bit more angle than he wanted, but managed to hold for the 8 ball. So, uncharacteristic start from Phil. It does leave something for everyone to play with. The guys that aren't maybe challenging for honours right at the top, but are still very good players, now can aim to win that Tier 2 title.
Oh, Phil's having a nightmare here. Look at these reds.
Yeah, it didn't look like he hit the break great, but the split is absolutely perfect apart from not potting one.
I think that's always been Phil's sort of weakest link. I can't really talk because I've been the same, but I think out of all the top players, you know, Phil wouldn't be one that you would say would have a great break as such, but you know, but again, it goes to show you how good he is when he's done so well without actually, you know, having a Tom Cousins, Jack William break.
Yeah, it's always the kind of barroom chat, isn't it? If you could take the best bit from a few players and put together your perfect player, you definitely have plenty of components of Phil Harrison in there, but as you say, not the break. I mean, this is just such a lovely layout for Callum. You can put them better with your hand.
take the one nearest the pocket, go up for his top two, work back down again.
Yeah, the top two a little way away, so ideally wants to clear those early-ish.
I don't really see. Everybody sees it different, but this wouldn't be for me.
No, it wasn't the instinctive way of playing that. Now he's eyeing up whether he wants to take the one along to the top left.
I think he's got to play it now then. He's looking at.
If he takes the one to the bottom right, you wonder why he didn't play that the previous shot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's sort of overthinking it a wee bit here. Yeah, he is taking this one now. Which he's gone about these definitely a different way to I'm seeing them.
Yeah, and even that shot, it was trying to play high above the break line so you could put the ball to the top left and then drift over for the other one to the same pocket.
Yeah, when you were going up the table for them two, you were always going to play onto the one to the left-hand pocket first. You know, because it was far easier to get on the other one. Now I think he has to screw around the two cushions here. And he's just alright, but that could have went so badly wrong there. You know, the other way it couldn't have went wrong. Surprised at his shot selection here the whole way through this.
That's not something you generally say about him as well.
No, he's usually pretty clever at the layouts. But again, he's just... Now he's having to play a real tough shot to get back onto his last ball, to get an angle, to get on the 8 ball. I just think he's made far more out of this clearance than what it was.
Looked like it was going to be an elementary finish, giving everyone something to wonder about. This is going to be the most difficult shot he's had to play so far, though. He's got to play a proper positional shot.
Can he cut this in and swing around off the 3 cushions, or is he just a double? It's hard to know how thin this is.
Yeah, either way, he didn't want to be leaving this kind of shot until last. Well, he was able to cut it in.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but he's still got a problem here. This looks very enough. I don't see how he's gonna. Can he dig into it enough to kill the cue ball? Oh.
Wow, that frame had everything going on at the end. Well, different break that time from Callum.
Yeah, they took a lot off that, but look where it's finished. it's just not happening here for either of them.
Well, you've got to say that's unlucky. He's hit this break so well, and it's got a nice split up until that white ends up resting against the red.
Oh, they're lovely, but it's just, I don't think he's got a pot.
There'll be a moment when he turned away from the table there, he'd have been sure that he was going to be left something fairly easy to start with.
Yeah, the minute one went in, you think, oh, well, I have a good chance here, but I don't know what I can do here. Can I even get a safety of any sort? Sure. He's actually played a decent shot here, but he hasn't left the double. Don't know if that yellow doubles. Yeah, he's played a clever shot there. At least he's give Phil some sort of work to do.
You'd have to say his tactical game has been excellent.
Yeah, he is. He's a clever player, Callum. He looks a wee bit silly at times. You know, he does look silly, but he'd be clever enough. That looked very pushy. I'm sure that was a push. The way the cue ball reacted there, it can't not be a push, because it sort of stopped and then it went through like a bit of foot. I would like to see that in replay. It just looked to me like it wasn't a clean contact.
Yeah, and from Phil's body language as well, it almost looked like he was sort of looking to the referee to say, is that okay?
I'm convinced that was a foul.
Extension called.
I mean, we should note in saying this, the way the rules...
We'll see here now. Look, watch the cue ball. It's hard to tell there.
Yeah, it's very borderline. I was going to say, the way the rule's written, I mean, Phil, everyone will say, is one of the most sporting guys out there. If he felt he'd definitely played a push shot, he would totally have called it on himself. So he obviously felt there was some ambiguity. When you see the slow motion replay, it doesn't look quite so bad, but it was sort of right on the edge.
Yeah, it was just that when I seen it at the start, I thought, oh, that didn't look right at all. But
and not for the first time in this match, Callum more than happy to get involved in a safety game.
yeah, and he's got a big advantage in it too.
And the other factor, of course, now is that the time is starting to tick down. When they were playing that long safety battle early on, time wasn't really an issue, but 20 minutes on the match clock, if they were to spend 5 or 6 minutes about this frame and Callum was to win it, he'd hold a pretty useful lead without very much time left on the clock.
It's just all about keeping him off this bottom rail, but it's going to be hard to do. He's going to have to give him some sort of a shot at it. Just going to push this yellow down as well, make it a wee bit harder again. Don't know what he done there, really.
No, I mean, from the face of it, it looks like he's thrown the gauntlet down, but must have had some tactical purpose in mind. I mean, obviously he figured that it didn't matter too much if Phil went for these, because you can see from his reaction he's not super enthusiastic. He's got 3 balls in open possible positions, but none connect brilliantly to getting into the difficult one.
Phil's going to have to go. I don't think there's any options.
Left an angle to screw directly into them. So you can just leave an angle on the last ball to the bottom right to play that shot. Oh, he has got the angle to go straight.
Yeah, it was a big ask. He's got it out, but he's left himself no shot at the... Unless he can drop that into the middle, but it looks tough.
Yeah, I don't see what choice he's got really. At least if he drops it in the middle, I think the white will naturally just be low on the black, so he can still get past it. I mean,
oh, it must have been hard.
That camera angle made it look so much easier than it was.
It did, in fairness, because you knew that was a very, very tough shot there.
It's amazing. If you watch from behind it, you're like, well, why on earth would he miss that? And it looked so open, but that was a nasty shot.
Callum's just going to bury him in behind this. Just better be careful here with the double kiss. Yeah, he's played it well. Everyone's against Phil now because the time's ticking down, and if he goes 5-1 down, and there's probably only going to be maybe 13 minutes when this is over.
Not too many great outcomes from this escape either. I mean, if he pots the ball over the pocket, I guess he might end up on the other one.
He just has to drop onto it. That's really all he could do. He couldn't do anything more with that.
Played it in a sensible way. There was a chance if he caught it thin it could have gone in. If not, he was hoping just to keep it near the pocket and keep some traffic for Callum to deal with.
Callum would love to pot that red over the hole. I think he'll drop the one in the middle now and leave himself the plant just to get rid of that red. And sort of just put the cue ball in behind the 2 yellows.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think if he drops it, just leaves the cue ball in the cushion, I think he's perfect. Yeah, and he can just hold the cue ball tight behind the yellows.
Yeah, it's a nice angle. The key thing, obviously, when you're playing a shot like this, you've got to pot the ball, but then just make sure you bury the white. Those 2 yellows are just such a good spot for playing that shot.
Oh, I'm not sure I'd be happy with that. Don't know if he's tied them 2 yellows up, or maybe the bottom one might go.
And that's the issue, of course, with this rule set, because even if he extracts the foul, he's only going to have ball in hand with a single visit. So important to keep your balls in open play when you're in the position of having the numerical advantage.
Oh, his left is good. he can kick into them if he wants, or play onto the other one. It depends if that bottom yellow's going, really.
And you can't blame Phil for playing it like that, because on one hand it wasn't ideal to open up any of the yellows, but he really needed to give himself a chance of making that red. I hope something good happened.
Oh, that's not good. Don't know if he's got anything here. He's maybe got a double at best. Hold the cue ball behind the black.
It was the kind of cannon that it didn't really matter how much pace you got into it. The key thing was not to catch the yellow full, because there's always a risk of getting stuck to it.
He's just making sure the snooker here. He's played a clever shot because he's covered the far middle, so.
Yeah, and he's also done well. Keeping that yellow in open play over the middle pocket means that even if Phil just hits the red, he's going to leave a shot.
Yeah, he needs to pot this. Nothing else is any good. And what's also in Callum's favour is they're running more time off the clock. Oh my word.
Oh, what a shot from Phil Harrison.
My word. What a shot.
And this is what he can do to you. He was in all sorts of trouble there. You said it rightly. Anything other than potting that red wasn't going to be good enough. What a phenomenal shot he comes up with here.
I didn't realise he had left him enough of it. It was when you think about it, it was a careless shot at Callum's to leave him that.
Yeah, the head shake is justified this time because he's off angle and is also having to cue over the ball.
Oh, he's played it nice, but he's got a bigger problem now, maybe. I think he can just get around the two cushions. But he might hit the yellow that he's bridging over.
Yeah, it's a difficult shot.
Oh, he's played it lovely.
He's played that so well.
Yeah.
The problem with there was that the way the yellows were, you try to miss one, you get closer to the other one, so you had to find an absolutely perfect path.
He's took this well.
And suddenly it's not just that he's winning the frames, in the space of 3 or 4 frames he's gone from looking really out of sorts to looking bang in form.
Just amazing. Oh! The proper score is 6-4, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. White. Oh, he's nudged it. It was going in there, I believe, and he's just nudged it away. Ah, oh, Callum's just. Did you see this cue ball? It looked like it was going straight in, and then at the last second, just a wee nudge. Look. Oh dear, cruel.
Wow, this has been quite some game we've witnessed here.
Callum will be, but. Just everything that could go wrong there has went wrong.
We shouldn't chalk this one up yet, but if Callum does go on to lose this match, there are times you lose a match and you feel like, well, what could I do? The guy just cleared up a few times, but just such a strange match because he got himself into such a commanding position, and then suddenly from nowhere, Harrison's just turned up in amazing style.
Needs to play a shot here. Doesn't look like the yellows go to the middle. They might have he's looking at it. Maybe it does. Maybe the top one goes in past the red.
Yeah, it seems a strange way to play it if it doesn't. It does look very tight from that angle. Yeah, it must do from the way it's played there. It's not completely done though, because even if it does pot, he's got to mind how he cannons the second ball.
Yeah, maybe just flick it down far enough.
Oh, he could get past it.
Oh,
what a shot that was.
Some performance from Phil in the last 6 frames. There's not many players can do that, but he's done. Like he's took out a few easy enough finishes, but some of them was brilliant too. Some performance, brilliant.
There was just nothing to believe that was going to be the case the way that match started.
The only thing I will be interested to see is he seems a bit twitchy, but he still gets the job done. But on these quick tables, like see the quick cloth, Simon.
Yeah.
See if it shows you up so much if you are struggling with that, and so I think obviously he's coming in with a big reputation, been world champion, and quite rightly so. So just for me, it depends if he just clicks straight away and he gets used to these cloths, because I honestly don't think he'll be playing on anything similar back in Malta. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been out there today, not on the main table, but on the other tables. I mean, I was out there on doing a link earlier on, and it looked like a sheet of glass. It looked like more than I've ever seen before.
Yeah, no, it caught me out. It caught me out a good few times. I mean, I would have been beat with Sean Sharkey, and Sean played well, to be fair, but yeah, I mean, first event of the season, and it definitely caught me out, and I don't play on it as much either. But listen, that's not the tournament's fault. That's my own fault for not getting the conditions correct. But yeah, it'll be good to see how Clayton goes here, and he's up against a formidable opponent in the Arm.
Yeah, Aaron Davies, of course, he's had his own great runs in the World Championship of the past. Here he is, got the chance in the first frame. A little bit fortunate to keep the Q1 on the table from the opening break, but an opportunity here to get going.
Yeah, I think Aaron's one of these guys that the minute he gets that big one, he's just, because he's been there and thereabouts a good few times, and when he went deep, somebody's just played unbelievable against him, because he's such a good player.
Yeah, brilliant all-round game, but he's still a very aggressive player. Tricky opening layout though. Trying to connect these together in the bottom half is going to take a bit of work.
Yeah, I mean, I think he must be playing the yellow in off the yellow, because I don't think the yellow goes by the two reds. Unless he's seen something else, but I think that's... Yeah, that's his shot. That's a lovely shot. If he can just top through here, I think he can get onto the yellow that's above the 8 ball. Yeah, it was a lovely shot. It's come out well, that. And as we always say, this will definitely settle his nerves, especially the finish like this. He was lucky to always keep the cue ball, but you still have to then go and do the job and finish it. But
oh, has he made a mess? Does the yellow still go?
Yes, that was the difference with just half a ball there. If he's half a ball the other way and he's straight on that, he does need to always get into that red. So it must be really tight, because that's the second time he's looked at it. So much small margin, Simon, isn't it?
Yeah, tiny. The difference is probably getting out in this visit, but well, he's still playing it, so does it go? No.
Wow. And that's actually quite good there, because a lot of people would have started attacked that top yellow there and tried to come round and into that yellow with a wee bit of frustration maybe.
I think for me, watching on, and obviously I watch and analyse all of you guys, I think that's one of the things that potentially separates Aaron from a number of players. He does have that ability to pull back, have that sort of B game, if we're going to call it that.
I think Stevie Dempsey's another good one at that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because I mean, with these rule sets, I must admit, I really like to go for the finish a lot. I mean, I like to go for the finish regardless what rule set, but especially these ones, and I think that is the difference, is just holding back one or two shots.
So first shot for Clayton Castaldi in the match. It needs to be a safety, and it's not a good one, but he might have a great result. I think he has. Little hold of the hand. I think he can't see this yellow to the top left, so gets the result.
Yeah, that was fortunate. He's always tried to just miss that yellow and come round and behind the red that is below the white now. But still, it's a one cushion escape. I mean, I would fancy Aaron to go close to this and try and pot it in the right centre. Yeah, I mean, if he does this 10 times, I would expect maybe to get it 2 or 3 times.
A solid contact, but it's not going to be. So now the chance for Clayton to make the finish and get this opening frame. This is where we'll see how he's really feeling. Can he settle into this match?
Yeah, definitely. And as you say, it wasn't just the shot clock when they won the Worlds. It wasn't played under the shot. It wasn't played under the shot clock.
It was I think it was a minute, or it was a minute or 45. I can't remember exactly, but it certainly wasn't the 30 and 15 that we have here, and not the match clock element of it.
Yeah, I mean the 30 is very manageable. It's at 15 seconds. It should just be banned.
Yeah, it's tough.
For a player, I mean, for people watching, it's obviously good and stuff. Like, I can imagine you in here giggling and loving it.
Well, I get you guys to see you play a little bit more like how I play. You're struggling.
Yeah.
Touch straight on this one, which is why Clayton's taking his time just to work this one out.
I didn't see that shot, I must admit. I thought he'd have still just tried to maybe punch that out a wee bit and still take the red to the middle. But he has a very good potter, Clayton. I don't want to jinx him here, but I mean, you don't win a World Championships without being a good potter. This is always just the way he sees it.
Well, there you go. Shows off that potting prowess, but not the cue ball, and that is a real problem.
Yeah, that's very unlucky, to be honest. I mean, he's pumped that in well, and he's unlucky, and to be honest, it gives him out of trouble. I mean, I don't know if he needs to hit the double hard just to straighten up a bit. No, it was okay.
Yeah, nicely done. Oh, 2 clean pots away.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd imagine Clayton would have been sitting in his seat thinking 1-0 down here, like you do as a player. Like, you assess the table and you think, and to be honest, then anything else is a brucey if you do get back to the table.
Has it almost become instinctive? Like, you probably don't think of it quite as much, but these sort of visits are the ones that really matter. Oh, has he put himself in trouble? I think he's okay. The quick glance, I think he's all right.
And I think that's what I was talking about there. I think that was a bit a quick one there for Clayton. But listen, I mean, he's nervous. It's his first obviously major welterweight pool since obviously becoming the world champion. This is a tester.
Yeah, nicely done for Clayton. Completes the safety, then the counter clearance, and he's on the board. Race to 7 here.
Wow, I met him a few years ago in Malta when I was playing an R code set, and these two young boys are unbelievable.
Interesting that you referenced that. It's actually his kid brother's cue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the cue he won the world title with is being repaired, and yeah, he's having to borrow his brother's cue.
Well, it's actually his 2 sons. Sorry.
No, I've been told it's his kid brother's cue that he's using.
Well,
yeah.
his two sons are. I mean, I believe one of them's like maybe world or European champion now, like in under 16s or under 18s. But yeah, they're a great pool family, obviously.
Actually, I misread my notes. It is actually his son's cue. So yeah, interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But the passion over that, I mean, you've seen it firsthand. The passion in Malta is incredible. It's everybody over there absolutely loves the game. You know, you think it really is massive. You know, what he did for Malta and Maltese pool, winning that world title, was huge.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, years ago, when I played in our rule set, the World Championships was up in Perth in Scotland, and there was a boy from Malta, Claudio Cazar.
Yeah,
he won the World Championships, and that year he actually won Malta Sports Personality of the Year. That's how big it is over there. Like, I can remember speaking to him, and he said when he got off the flight, there was like paparazzi everywhere, and I'm like, wow. I said, the fact they won the World Championships, like my next door neighbour would maybe know, but they're certainly going to be paparazzi everywhere.
It's a different world, isn't it?
Yeah. And always a lot of that's came for Tony Drago with the snooker side as well, who Tony always plays a bit of 8 ball as well now. Yeah, they're all such, to be honest, the Maltese are all such people, but I got on very well with a lot of them.
Oh, he's showing off his potting, but he's going to be digging a little bit here. I don't think he can get to the potting angle of the yellow.
The only thing I think, Simon, is I think the yellow might get off the yellow if you, I mean, or is it maybe just a wee tad far away? Because yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he can actually pot it because of the red. So is it hardening off the yellow? Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, touch thin maybe. Might have to come down the table.
Yeah, I mean, seeing this is what I find strange with these tables, Simon. See this shot here. See if you float this in with check side to just cannon the 8 ball.
Yeah,
it's nearly impossible to do.
Just skid off.
Yeah, it runs actually running side, but I think it's screwing into the 8 ball, which is a. Oh.
Doesn't need this to drop. Wants it to pull up, and it has. well-controlled shot in the end.
Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, I commentated on his World Final, and obviously there's all the pressure and emotion of the World Final against Josh Kane. There were moments in there, but where it did get edgy, as it would do in a World Final, and I wondered how he would cope out here. But you have to say, this has been a fabulous start, the way he's gone about this.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this wasn't an easy finish.
No.
I mean, he still has to get this here, but it should just be a straight, just screw down above the middle bag, and you're on the 8 ball into the bottom right. There's a stun across. I didn't think he needed to do that. I thought he'd have just come down the same side.
Well, he's overdone it so much that he still has a shot. It's not a nice one.
Because I think that was kind of a wee bit straight to do that, and that's why he's pumped it in a wee bit much. Well, the adrenaline's probably flown as well, but at least he's still got a shot, and he would fancy getting this. Yeah, nice shot.
Nice shot, nice finish. Clayton Castaldi off to the absolutely perfect start here. The counter and then the break clearance.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, see, regardless if you play like a top player or one of the lower ranked players, all you can do is take your chances and win. Like, it doesn't matter who you beat or how you get through. Like, if you're coming to the table and taking your chances, you'll be tough to beat. But when the camera was on Aaron there, you could see with Aaron's face, he was a bit perplexed, as if like, what's happening here? Like, why am I 4-0 down? Because he's had two good chances anyway.
Yeah, two good chances and a real and a kind of half chance that he turned into a good chance and then kind of let it get away. And he's got another good chance now.
Yeah, and I think Arnold just going to let his arm go a bit here, because also the time shouldn't be an issue, but I mean, he still has to get 7 frames from 4-0 down. But I mean, you would still fancy Clayton getting one or two more as well. So like, yeah, it's not just a case of Aaron just getting the next 7 frames, because Clayton's still there. Yeah, so.
The good news, I mean, we have, from Aaron's perspective, we've seen turnarounds today. You know, we've seen a few out here, we've seen a few on the other tables as well. We've actually seen some on the back arena as well. It's, you know, we saw it with Tom Cousins over Jez Graham. Jez came back, did him in his 6 red. We saw it in the previous frame. Phil Harrison 4-1 down, gets the win. You know, we saw, I think Oli Bale was
5-1 up.
5-1 up and lost 7-5 to Brian Halpro.
I think Ian Alley was also 4-1 up and Ryan Lambeth, I think.
Yeah, he was ahead in that one. I didn't see it was 4-1, but I knew he was ahead. You know, so we've seen turnarounds, and he does have, you know, half a match on the match clock here. So time's on his side. He just has to find a finish and kind of start putting the pressure onto Clayton. It felt like the first shot was key here, but he's just, I was going to say he's overdone it, but he's okay. He can drop this in dead weight and he'll still be absolutely fine. I thought he was running away a little bit too much, but he isn't.
Yeah, he's fine to just come across the top side of the 2 yellows next to the 8 ball spot. Yeah, nice finish from Aaron there. I mean, the ball's come out really nice there, but at least he's took them this time, and he can only build on that now. But yeah, I don't think Clayton will won a 6 red, I know that.
It takes a lot of getting used to. Aaron's had plenty of experience, actually. He's been in a number of them. He's had huge success with it as well. Both players, though, right now hoping not to be there.
Yeah, look at these yellows. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, what an opportunity now for Aaron. Considering the chances he's missed in this match, for him to have this opportunity to go 1 away.
Yeah, I think he's just, since he's sped up his play, he's actually, like, it's been first visit stuff. Yeah, perfect. I mean, in the 15-second shot clock, this is the finishes you want.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really take much working out. This is instinctive and
there's
wide open.
There's still pressure on every shot, you know, Simon. But yeah, I mean, as far as things go, this is as pretty easy as you'll get, really.
such a tough game at times, isn't it? I mean, you look at the balance of the match. If we were keeping statistics on this and said, right, you know, number of mistakes on either side of the table here, you know, Aaron's made 3 times as many mistakes in this match as Clayton Castaldi,
Yeah.
but Clayton's going to find himself behind right now.
I mean, look at the match before, Callum Singleton.
Yeah.
He made no mistakes for 4-1 up. Well, barely even Phil on the red, where Phil trebled it, but still it was a 1 in 10 shot for me. But yeah, I mean, Callum's walked away thinking I've actually not done anything wrong from 4-1 up. Like
yeah,
I mean.
it's just a tough game, isn't it?
Whereas like people are getting always like can be a lot of chances. But the second part of this match, Aaron's played the way we know he can, and it's been all first visit stuff for him. Whereas if he'd done this at the start of the match would have been over quite comfortably for me.
And he is 1 frame ahead with 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah. Oh, he's not quite.
Oh, it's a good break. Wait and go.
Oh, these are nice. These are really nice, by the way. Oh, he's just let it go, but no, he's still fine. Make sure the pot. Yeah, these are lovely. Oh, no.
Just to wait a second or two, but maybe a second or two too long there as well, but it's still going to be a decent time.
Yeah, it's still going to be 22 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, just sub 23. We'll get confirmation of the official time.
Yeah, see, that's normally that's perfect.
That is the perfect break, and he knows he can do it from here if he steadies himself. Showing some experience. Slightly off angle there, but he's still got a chance.
This could be 19. Big pot, mind you.
Yeah, this for it.
Oh, awesome.
What a brilliant 6-red shootout from Aaron Davies. What a match. Clayton Castaldi, the world champion in his first match with Ultimate Pool as a professional. And he takes Aaron Davies all the way. But a brilliant turnaround from Cyborg. 5-1 down, 6-5 up, ends up in the 6-red shootout. And he gets over the line. But I think that's probably a fair call, Tom, isn't it? That, you know, Cleve can obviously play, but he hasn't really shown much with Ultimate Pool yet, and it's going to be tough for him to find that. But yeah, I feel because of that, the start of the match becomes quite important to see if he can sort of kind of get himself into the match.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Sheppy's going to be favourite against pretty much anybody who plays in the world, so Cleve's going to have to just stop the sort of unforced errors, if you like, and just try and play his game and try and keep mistakes to a minimum.
Good first shot from Jordan. Didn't have anything on, so plays a very clever safety shot, and Cleve can't really find a response here. He's looked around but couldn't find a place to put the cue ball.
He's miscued there, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's actually fouled, and Jordan will have cue ball in hand to work this one out.
Extension call.
I was thinking it had to be yellows, but 2 yellows at the top, 3 yellows at the top, one on the cushion and one right at the top is a bit awkward. But does red go off yellow to open up reds? And then they're much better. Or just go straight.
Oh, I was thinking the red near the bolt line was a bit tight with the yellow, but yeah, from the overhead that clearly goes. So I think he was just trying to move the yellow out of the way of the pocket there.
The good news for him is the other red does go bottom right through the gap of the yellow and the 8 ball.
Yeah, he's fine. Just get on this now. Head back up the table. And should be well. Just wants to be straight on his next red to screw straight back, which is pretty good. Good start from Sheppy.
Yeah, the safety shot. I mean, everyone thinks that Jordan's just an all-out player, but you know he's not. He's got an all-round game, and the safety shot has earned him this opportunity, and he's making very light work of it. Excellent stuff for Jordan Shepherd. Those reds look tricky because of the yellows. That was a lot better than the previous break, but could be the same outcome. Made a ball, he's got a good chance.
Yeah, what a break again. Lovely layout on yellows. Say that. Has he come far enough? It was just the red next, the yellow next to the red on the right, for the right pocket that could cause any issue. But I'm not sure if he's gone far enough here.
Yeah, I don't think he's on it now.
Oh, he's on one to the left middle anyway. Yeah, if he's on the one to the right middle now, I think he'll just stun that in, try and leave himself straight on the one just above the black spot. This is anything but off straight on the wrong side here. He could screw this, probably a foot back and still being alright, but has he gone far enough? I'm not sure.
Looks like he's got a sort of angle where he's going towards them.
Oh, I think he can just drop it in and play the other yellow into the same pocket anyway. Oh, he's gone too far.
No, that's what he was trying. Can't from there. Big mistake from Cleve Thompson. And he can't recover from the one cushion. Just the two reds on the right hand side then for Jordan to try and deal with here, but a really good opportunity just to counter.
Yeah, I think we might see Jordan drop the red in the middle or stun it in and leave a natural angle. The one sort of by the... Oh yeah, I'm talking rubbish here. He's gone a completely different way, don't worry about it. You may be able to cut this in now and play the cannon.
Just feathers off it. Has he opened it enough to drop the bottom one in the middle? I don't think so. Might have to pull back here.
Yeah, I think you just got to play the sensible percentage play here. Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, a lot of players in that situation just feather off the red they're next to and get the snooker at the top. But Jordan really wanted to open up those two reds, and he controlled that really well.
It's a difficult hit for Cleve as well. Middle pocket's in the way, I think, if he goes two rails. Tried one and he feels it slid on him.
Oh, has he tied up the 8-ball to bottom right? Just to make Jordan think a little bit. Obviously goes left centre, it doesn't go bottom right. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, if it only goes in the middle, I think he's going to have to leave the red by the middle pocket.
He's playing safe. It's this is very unlike Jordan. He just wants to make sure.
Even that's not perfect because he can't really leave that to his last ball.
Yeah, it's gone too far, isn't it?
Yeah. Still massive favourite for a frame.
He doesn't want to move the one by the 8-ball, really.
Yeah, it's tough to judge out there on these brand new tables. I think I'm just giving that a whack on the,
yeah, I guess
the easy one.
The only reason for going that way is if you felt he could make it. But yeah, so hard to judge. And he's opened up the 8 ball for Jordan and should make this fairly routine to get himself back in front.
This is what we were saying earlier. Simon Cleve had to sort of punish every mistake. He could have easily been 4-1 up here, and instead he's going to be 3-2 down, and you just can't do that against Jordan. Cleve seemed to hit them well. There just wasn't really that explosion, was there? But Jordan's got a sort of decent chance here. I think Reds clear the Reds at the top, play the red down the bottom right hand side, and then play a cannon on the yellow next to the black, and should be game over. He wants that white ball to be there in 2 shots time, I think, Simon.
And he's got a natural to get there.
Yeah, he's perfect. Just screw it back a couple of inches. Wants to be dead straight on this red next. Yeah, nice worked out finish from Sheppy.
Very nice finish this. This is all about the pattern play. Really nicely worked out. And minimum of first for Jordan Shepherd.
I never do that. Even though I'm winning, I just think I'll just clear the frame there easy or whatever. And I messed up, and I would never try and worry about the clock again. If I've got a finish on, I'm just going to try.
Just going to make it. Just going to go for it. Yeah.
Because I was all over the place.
It's such a big advantage, I think, for players that can do that. But if it affects your normal rhythm and stops you from making finishes, then it's the exact opposite outcome that you want.
Yeah, I don't know why I've done it, because I never normally do. I see a finish and I try and get it, but I won't be doing that again. That's for sure.
Big shot for Cleve here. Break gave him a great chance, but no angle on the last shot. But cues that one in, and that doesn't hurt him at all. That's fantastic.
Wow. There's a little bit off angle here. Or dead straight. Still should be okay. Might have to screw straight back.
Yeah, perfect. Another brilliant visit to the table here for Cleve Thompson. 8 ball to complete the job. And one of the big favourites for the event is under huge pressure. 6-5 behind. Cleve Thompson has, what was he, 5-2 down. He's turned it around. 6-5 in front now. Anyway, here we are. Jordan Shepherd to go first and set the time. Haven't really opened up, so he's got some work to do here. Ignore the time at the bottom. It's not correct.
Oh, why so hard?
This isn't going to be a quick time. I think we're over 20 seconds already. Yeah, that's going to be somewhere in the late 20s. He's waiting a long time. You don't have to wait for them all to finish. He's taken a long time over the first shot. That's going to give Jordan Shepherd some hope. But if he doesn't miss from here, he should still win.
Oh, he's perfect. Hurry up, Cleve.
He's very casual.
Yeah,
he's still perfect here.
Yeah, he's going to do it, isn't he?
Don't miss, and you've won. Jordan Shepherd is eliminated. Cleve Thompson comes up with the goods. A brilliant comeback win for him. Another turnaround here on the opening day of the Pro Series. And Cleve Thompson with perhaps his best win with Ultimate Pool. A brilliant performance. He wins it in a 6-red shootout.
He takes on Chris Melling as the Pro Series continues. And Brian Halcrow has made a ball off his opening break. He's made a couple, and he's got a good chance to kick us off. Stephen Jameson and Tony Holgate with you as your Thursday evening cruises along. We're, Tony's just checking the watch. We are very much sort of cruising along. 10 o'clock already. The time has flown this Thursday. We've seen some great action today. On the main table, we've seen 3 6-red shootouts, which just felt extraordinary. And here we are all of a sudden. Would you know it? We're well behind schedule, but it does mean we get to have a little look at Chris Melling and Brian Halcrow for our Thursday evening's entertainment.
Well, we've had those 6 red shootouts, but we've had some upsets as well.
Oh, goodness me, yeah. Yeah, if you weren't with us earlier, Jez Graham eliminating the Ultimate Pool #1, Tom Cousins, via a 6-red shootout in a match that I commentated on. It is one of the most bonkers matches I think I've ever seen. Not just the shootout. And then, if you are just joining us, you've missed an incredible upset. Cleve Thompson knocking out Jordan Shepherd after a 6-all match in regulation. Went to a 6-red shootout. Cleve Thompson getting the job done. Which is exactly what Brian Halcrow is going to try and do in this one. Him and Chris Melling go back a long way. They are familiar foes in that sense. And just about 2 of the most different players you could lay eyes on the Ultimate Pool circuit.
Chalk and cheese,
yeah,
by definition. Brian's already played a match today. He had a prelim against Oli Bale. And I was talking to Brian earlier, and he said the last 3 times he's played Oli, he's lost, I think, 7-3 and Oli Dish 7. He lost 7-1 and Oli Dish 7. He was 5-1 down today. He said he was doing it all again. And he said, I don't know what happened to me. He said he took the foot off the gas. He said, you don't do that with the buzzer. And he's come back and won the game 7-5. So a good comeback there for Brian. But I did say to Brian, well, you've got a different kettle of fish to deal with tonight.
Yeah, hasn't he just? But in a similar way, you know, it's similar sort of style matchup really. Oli's definitely from that chalk side of things, as much as Melling is to Brian's cheese, to further that metaphor.
Absolutely.
That's wants to hold up.
He'll take that.
Okay, yeah, it's all right. There's nothing for short there. It was always going to be a bit of a risk. He's a little bit long, but he's still okay.
One thing about Brian, nobody faces him, and I've known Brian and Chris both of them a long, long time. And the buzzer, he's scared of nobody.
Yeah, good shot. 1-0 to the North East's finest. And the Monday nights especially are an event that Brian's had a bit of a struggle with at times because, you know, he is traditionally quite a steady player, for example, which is a kind way of saying slow, which means the Monday nights are tough for him because so much of it is played on 15 seconds. The matches are all very quick. You have no time to settle. All the sort of the fun and games that come with those events. I know he struggled with them, but an on-form, a confident, a good Brian Halcrow doesn't have to worry about all that because his game's there. Doesn't have to second-guess himself. And he played really, really well on that Monday night. I was really impressed. And it didn't go his way on the night. Tom Cousins, you know, can do that to you. And eventually got through that group, but not without a bit of jeopardy. And Brian played particularly well against Tom. And Yeah, I was just impressed, and you know, you can play well on a Monday and not qualify and sort of take the positives from it. I think that's what Brian was trying to do.
I remember talking to Brian last season up here, and he felt that certain players underestimated him. You know, that I'm not going to say didn't give him respect. I think that everybody gives everybody respect because you have to. This is the top of the pile. But he felt that people underestimated the players didn't think he could play the shots that they could all play. He said, "Well, I can." And he said, "One day I'm going to prove it." He said, "They're going to regret playing me." And then, well, is this his time?
Yeah, he judged that cannon well. Knew he was going straight into the 8-ball. It does just make his work tricky here, though. Wonder if that 8-ball's blocked the bottom rail. If so, the bottom right corner pocket's not accessible for the bottom of the reds.
I think you can just slide this in with a little bit of left hand side. You can just dig it into the rail so the cue ball sort of hits the bottom rail, just bumps.
Just into the 8, yeah.
Just gently, not too firm. You can just pop it in. In fact, he's played it even better. He's gone directly into it, which means he holds on the... Well, he hasn't got to move and do anything with the cue ball now.
Yeah, so that's lovely.
Brilliant shot.
Really nice. Looks razor sharp, doesn't he, the buzzer?
Incredible stuff. Chris will be enjoying it.
Well, that's the sort of 3-0 rapid fire. It's what makes this game so unpredictable and, for me personally, so enjoyable to watch. But Brian Halcrow has made an excellent start this break, if he can run it, to go 5-0 in front.
That's the beauty of this game, though.
Look at this. Look at this, Tony.
Good grief. He's getting lazy now. He's putting 3 of the same colour.
You watch his face as he comes to the table there. It's almost like he can't believe what he's just left. The quickest man in all of 8-ball is, statistically true, is making mincemeat of this. And ordinarily you wouldn't usually go for the suit that you've potted 3 off, but the yellows are just on an island. This is... I mean, this is 5-0, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm trying not to laugh now because it's just this. I think we're witnessing something that doesn't come around very often.
No.
This is like Halley's Comet stuff. I'll have to go and look out the window later and see if that is coming by at the moment. And Brian doesn't look like he's going to miss either. He's quite composed. He's not getting excited with it, is he?
No, he's been cool. He's been clinical as well as Brian. And that's the important thing. You cannot get carried away. And Brian's been around this game an awful long time. He's not going to get carried away. He knows just how good Chris Melling is. And Brian Halcrow won't feel safe until he's in the shed with 7 next to his name in that sense. But another fantastic break and clearance, chalks the cue and settles down on an 8-ball to go 5-0 in front. Do not adjust your sets. The buzzer is buzzing.
He is absolutely buzzing.
Brian Halcrow breaking for 7-0. Oh, it couldn't quite be the perfect game. That right there, a good break from Brian, controlled the cue ball, didn't get a ball, is technically the first thing he's done wrong. And he didn't quite get that break, actually. I say controlled the cue ball, it wasn't his perfect break. He was way to the side there. Didn't quite get as much of it as he would have wanted.
If I was Brian, I'd have thrown my cue across the arena in disgust.
I'd say that's a great shot from Chris. As long as that 8-ball passes the red, and I think it does. But you're about to watch Chris go in flow mode here. He's not going to hang about.
But he's putting his first balls to this match. He's putting his first balls to the tournament.
Yeah, he's got no time to sort of get used to the table. He, doesn't like the table by the look of that. He's got the stink face on.
I was going to say, how does he know he's not been on it?
Oh, God.
Well, the magician swiftly moving through these, and we know that this man doesn't miss these sort of finishes.
Well, he's been perfect all the way through this finish. First shot was brilliant, just moved the 8-ball. Didn't get it right, but moved it enough so he could land short position 6-1. And Chris Melling wins his first frame of the match with his first visit to the table. second match point, so to speak.
Oh, that's it.
Cool, he put a bit into that. And he's made a ball.
Oh, and look at them. Look at the reds.
He's only got a slight bit of work to do, I think, on one of the reds.
Yep.
Just above the left centre pocket. We'll see it come to a rest there in just a moment. Just looks a little awkward. I don't think he can drop it in. Actually, look at it again, and I think he might be able to. I'm not sure.
If he gets right behind it, I think he can.
And obviously he's got the red close to it as a nice connector.
Looking ahead in the frame now, you're looking at the black ball. So it's only available really in the left-hand middle. Maybe the left-hand top, so you're going to need a cue ball down at the bottom end of the table, Stephen. But he's taking yellows. And I'll tell you what, that's because of the black ball. I wouldn't, well...
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
That's a mistake. That's the first one we've seen. He tried to get on that ball right from the offset, and he's not put enough side on that shot, and, well, Chris might be quite relieved.
It's not end of visit, though. I think he can get through to one of these yellows at the bottom of the table. Or he can't. You can see here, Chris is already halfway through his cue action by the time it stops. It's a good shot by Brian as containing safeties go. He's developed his yellow, so if he gets a chance to come back, they're all there for him, and he's not left Chris anything easy.
You just saw Chris tap the table in appreciation to his shot there as well. He stuffed him right on this bottom rail. He's only got this one long red into the top left-hand corner, and this will take some sublime cueing to knock this in.
And even for a player of Chris's prodigious talents, this is tough.
Second prize. Now we're immediately looking to see which yellow the buzzer can knock in that red in the same shot. Now we're having a little look.
The issue is Chris has given us a little taster as to how he's feeling and how he's playing out there, that you can't just afford to play a loss of turn and let him back to the table.
No, you can't. If you're going to go for this, you've got to go to pot your own ball. You've got to try and win the frame from here. He could pot this yellow in at the bottom of the table, try and leave himself dead straight on the yellow that's nearly on the blue spot. If he got straight behind that, he could play it into the red and sail it in behind. And then, but it's not easy from that angle. And the red's slightly to the left.
Yeah, it's on the knuckle, isn't it?
Well, he's not going that way now. Right then, the other way now is well, he could power this in and go up there, but then that's risky. Drop this in, leave the angle with the other one in the middle. I don't know.
I mean, he could use the one that's just below the balk line, next to the two reds, but you can see from the main camera he doesn't have all the red to aim at there. It doesn't look on. You can play a loss of tone with that, but that's not much use.
If you're going to play that, the yellow into the middle of the table, into that red, you want to be screwing the cue ball down to the bottom to leave Chris, at least something difficult. But
is this the shot, Tony? It is. Brilliant.
Wow. Now then.
Well, there's mission one accomplished.
Does the yellow pass down into this bottom left-hand corner? Or will Brian have to play that yellow at the top, but cutting it back into the top right? You can see how thin that is. It does go. It's tricky, but he's also got to remember he's got to get this cue ball off the three cushions to get onto the yellow up into the top left. He's made the pot.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's
friendly bump.
That's a brilliant shot.
Right, he's going to have to play this yellow. He's got to get the cue ball to try and bounce between the two reds off that cushion and come back out.
Yeah, he's got to cue this really well.
Because if he contact one of them, he could end up behind them. This is match ball, basically.
It certainly is. Oh, how well's he played that, Tony? How well has he played that?
That's a dream of a shot. Dream of a shot. This is for the match. My word, Brian Halcrow, what a performance.
What a performance. That is the Buzzers' best performance on the Ultimate Pool Series in this, its fourth year. Brian Halcrow with an absolutely special takedown of Chris Melling. 7 frames to 2.